Okay, this is another project. This is a Jamyz guitar, an off-brand, a cheapo, 120 bucks I think I paid for this. It's got the cute little ribs built in and part of a skull. Cute, that's why we bought it, because we thought it was adorable. So what we're going to do is just set this up and play it. The action's high. I got to check the neck and see if the neck is straight, and then we'll get into this and change a few things, and maybe put some stuff on the fingerboard, and then just see how it plays. We'll do a few minor modifications. I cleaned up my toolbox. I separated everything out. I put parts in special boxes. We did really good. I put stuff away, so I've cleaned up the bench. But anyway, that has nothing to do with what we're doing now. Now we're going back. So the very first thing we're going to do with the Jamyz is check the neck for straightness. And we're going to do that with a straight edge and get into this now. And we'll see what we've got to work with. I don't know. I'm not sure. There's a straight edge. It fits. What's the neck like? There's a bow in the neck. So we'll take and use a wrench and see if we can take the bow out of the neck. All right, so let me find the right wrench, which could be right here. And we've got a bow, so we do righty-tighty. The neck is loose, so let's put a couple of pops and see if we can get some tension on the neck. Alright, so we did get a little bit of a turn there. Let's see if that did anything to the neck. Oh, well actually it did. It flattened it out. So the neck now is straight. That's really cool. The next thing we ought to do is take a look at the string heights and see how bad off they are. The little wrenches, and we'll take this down some and see if we can set this up to play. Okay, this may be very simple for this part. It could be. So what we're going to do is check the height and then drop the action down just a little bit. So let's take one full turn down on each string and see what that does to our action. I'm doing one turn in each Allen nut and keeping the strings level. And then we'll go back and check the height, the string heights, and see how it plays. It's a 25-cent piece at the 12th fret. And that's just touching on that one. This one's still a little high, so I think I'm going to take a half turn on the second string, drop it down a half. Now these guys should be just a little low because they're thinner strings. So I'm going to take another turn out of the high E string. See what that does. Okay, so now we're down at a very good height on all of them, I think. So if we take a look, it seems to even match the curve. It's totally out of tune now. But the action is good. So let's get a tuner. All right, so now we're going to tune it up the pitch and see what happens. Cool. Okay, so I think the string height is good. I think the action is good. The neck is straight. What the hell more could you ask for? Now we're going to do some things just because we can do some things. We're going to change the knobs here to black because the black motif of this guitar is kind of the direction it should be heading. I got plenty of those. We're going to change these to black. We're going to change the string ties up at the other end from these crummy loopy things they put on because they're chintzy ass cheap. And we'll change those. And we'll probably make the nut black also with a little bit of magic of the magic marker. And then we'll tighten up all these guys and make sure the tuners are all nice and tight. Because if the tuners are loose, you got loose tuna, and that's fishy. So the first thing I'm going to do is hit this with a screwdriver and check these nuts. Not nuts, but screws, and make sure everything's good. So we'll get our magic lighted screwdriver and see what we can do. Tight, relatively. These are just slightly loose. Not really. They're fine. It's the nuts on the front that are most likely. And then we'll flip this over and I'll get an open-ended wrench because I don't have the strings off. And I should be able to check these guys for tightness with my new toolbox all set up nice and pretty. What's this? This is a 10. Yeah, these are 10. Okay, they're just a little loose. Not a big deal. So we'll just take these with the open-ended box wrench and just give them a snug. We're not death gripping them. We're just tightening them down. Because you don't want this to wobble, you know. Telephone, probably a junk call. Okay, this is the Jamyz black guitar. And we just did a little bit of work on it. Just wanted to see how well it would play on its own. So this is set up just as itself. No funny business, same strings that it came with. Check the pickup heights, but plays pretty good. Kind of surprised how good this guitar is for pretty short money. Not bad. I'm still going to do some changes. We're going to update this just a bit, but I just wanted to see what it would be like if you just played this right out of the box. So all I did was set it up. I straightened the neck, okay? I tightened up the tuners that were a little bit loose. What else did we do? Pretty much nothing else. Oh, I set the string heights because that was a little high, but I didn't check the pickup height, so that's the next thing we're going to do. We'll be back. That's enough. Cute. The skull, or the ribs, I should say, of the Jamyz guitar. Right, so we took the back cover off. They've got the whammy jammed all the way up. So, and they got the springs on wrong. They shouldn't be at a triangle. They should be straight up. It allows for the spring tension to be even. So if you do that crisscross thing, then you really only have one spring providing tension for the tremolo. So what we're going to do is just back this off, take the tension off enough so that we can move the springs over where they belong. That's one. Oh, I gotta pull the strings out too. That was the main reason I took this off a minute ago. Use the Allen wrench just to pull that up. And now that we got this open, what we'll do is come back over and push all the strings out. One, two, three, 4, 2 to go. Sometimes they get jammed in here. just from being in there for a while. And there's that brass ball that holds them in. And you got to be able to get that to pop. And sometimes you can use another string to use as a popper, because that's not coming out yet. So we'll go down the hole, try to jam that down and release it. That didn't work. That worked. Okay, so the strings are now all off. The floating bridge is floating, but let's take a vacuum cleaner and we'll suck out all that junk that's in there. And clearly we're going to change the guitar strap holders to black. Alright, so the next thing we'll do is put the springs back on the way they should be, with one there, dead center, and try to roll that up and put that in the middle. Maybe we should go the other way. Put that down there. Just a bit of a pain in the neck to get to. Get that all the way down, and then we'll see if we can get this one. There. Okay, so those are in, and that's the way they're supposed to be, just straight up. We'll take up some of the tension here for the whammy. So that the whammy's under tension. There. And that's about even, so that should be about even. Some grease in there. Grecian formula. We'll clean this all up afterwards with some polish and stuff. Alright, so we can put this back together. And we're going to go with black screws. So I'm going to get some black screws and put them in. And we'll have this all set up by itself. Perfect. Okay. We replaced the cover screws in the back with black. We opened up the electronics compartment just to take a look, because we're going to replace the screws on that cover also. So that's all going to come off. And I don't think there's any more plastic coating on here. I don't think. So we're just going to put this back and put the black screws in instead of the silver ones that were here. So we'll change the whole motif over to the black. Alright, we'll be all done with this in a second. Always a crowd favorite, replacing the guitar strap holders from chrome or silver to black. So that's about to happen right here now, live and in living color. So I'll do that and get back to you in just a moment. So here goes the new black strap holder with the black colored tip screw. We're using the same screw that was in there, because usually it's a good idea, because it'll bite nice and tight and hold on tight. So the strap buttons are on both sides now, nice and black, humble. Now we're going to go up to the head and do a little bit of a mod of the mod to prove that the mods were done by me. I always love doing this kind of stuff. So I've got this stick here that's going to go on here. not the Fender part, just mods by Steve Bright, because this is not a Fender guitar. That would be cheap. So here's what we're going to do here, is put this water slide decal right on the back of the headstock. Now this doesn't have any finish on it, so sometimes these water slides don't hold up so well when there's no finish. If there is, it's a very light finish. So what we're going to do is soak this. Oops. Welcome down. So we're going to soak the water slide in water, which we're doing over here. And then we'll straighten it out once it's ready to go on. And we'll place it right here. See if we can lock this up and get it in place. See if the decal's ready to go yet. Yeah, okay, so this is moving. So what we're going to do is just place it down here. And because of the orange, it's going to be very humble. It's not going to be brassy and sticking out and bold and all that kind of stuff. It's just going to be a nice, simple, low profile name application to identify the guitar as mine and that I did the work on it. That's all. Pretty simple stuff. Clean off the back of these things just because we're here. I think that looks pretty good. Simple, humble, nice. Not overbearing, not bragging. So that's that. Alright, so this, the back of the guitar is pretty much done now. We've replaced the screws, make them all black instead of the silver. We did the little bit of modification up here on the head. We tightened up all the tuners, and we put the Steve Bright Mods decal on the back, so we're kind of done with the front. So let's flip over and see what we got to do here. Now the frets are kind of crummy looking, so we're going to give the frets a workup. They're not too bad. They're a little sharp, but we're going to file them down. We're going to change the knobs to black. What else are we going to do? We're going to set the tremolo. We're going to set the pickup heights in a little while here. And we're going to change the string trees. That's coming up on the agenda now. So while we're upside down here, or right side up I should say, we'll take these string trees out quickly. We'll get ready to drop the other ones in. We'll try to reuse the same screws because those screws are already familiar with the hole and they should fit right in without a problem. Sometimes if you change screws you get a different size and it's a bit of a hassle getting the correct size screw back in. So we'll get all this junk out of the way. We'll take and place a screw in the hole. We'll see if it's going to hold well enough. It may or may not go deep enough. If it doesn't, then we'll have to go hunt up another screw. I've got a couple of black ones, but they look too long. I think they'll be too long in there. This needs to bite. So if it goes in and bites and holds it down good, we're good. And it seems to be working just pretty good. Great? No, but pretty good. See, the other screws I got are way too long. I have to go find some other ones. These are 10 times too long. But I'm sure I can find them. I've got a million screws there in the drawer or in my newly redesigned boxes. Yesterday, I took everything out. I had one kind of big junk box and I separated everything out. And I made one toolbox with all my tools so I can easily find the tool that I need. And then I've got another box, couple of boxes with parts. So I did a part box. See how humble those black ones are now? Look nice. That's good. Cool. The next thing we'll do is the go black here. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do to make the nut black is to put some masking tape right up against it. Let's bring this foamy back out of the way a little bit. Nice, okay. Because I'm going to do the front wood piece too. The thing I don't want to do is the sides. So I'm going to put a little piece of tape on each side. Just to prevent it from bleeding over where the plain wood is there. Because I don't want to lose that aspect if I can help it. There's no need to. Okay, so that's all taped off. Now we'll take our marker and we'll do the front. We're going to go right on the front of the fretboard and do that. And then we're going to go right up the front of the nut itself. Color that in black. And then we'll go to the side. Get the side of the nut. We'll get the front of the nut. We'll get the other side. And then we'll go along the top. I got a wider marker. I think I'm going to go grab it. Don't go away. Got the fat black. Here's the fat chisel tip. It covers more territory quickly. Now the strings are going to fill in the holes or the slots where the strings actually go. So that won't be a big deal either. Good. So that's the name of that tune. We'll let that dry. And we'll be all ready to peel the tape away in just a second. Matter of fact, we can do it right now. You can see the finished result. How's it look? Pretty good. We'll take it. Alright, so the next little piece of business, we're going to remove the silver knobs. And these are just press fit, and we're going to replace them with the delightful black ones that are also a press fit. And they're just going to go zoom. Boom for boom. There's one. There's number two. And the convenient, oh, easy open peel pack. God, they love peel packs. You can't get them out of it. Okay, that's out. That's going to go on to that one. And that's on that one. So that's done with the chrome over to black. Done with the chrome ties, chrome screws. Oh, there is no pick on. I forgot about that. All right, so we're pretty much done here. All we got to do is we're going to do the fretboard. That's the next thing coming up. we're going to sand it down a little bit, get rid of the sharp frets, and make it nice. So we'll do that right now while we're right here. So we got a sanding block that's smooth and even. We'll go right over the top. Polish these frets up. Simple, easy. Easy peasy. With a nice light on the other side. And then we'll hit the edges. So if there's any sharp fret ends, they'll be gone. And that's the end of that. So that's as simple as that is. We'll get our little vacuum device and clean up. This is turning out to be a pretty nice little guitar for short money. Amazing, very amazing, pretty cool. The only reason I got this guitar was the skeleton kind of on the body. I thought it was cute. Now we're going to take a look at. Now that's all nice and smooth now, all the frets. So that's cool. That worked out really good. Now we'll give it a wipe down. We'll clean it up with a little bit of polish while we got it wide open. And then we'll put the strings on. We'll set everything up. We'll get the heights all right. We'll get the string heights right. We'll get the pickup heights adjusted. I think we've got a hell of a little nice guitar project done. Cool. Very cool. Very cool. Way better than I thought this was going to be. I've bought cheap guitars like this before that were terrible. They just never played right, never set up right. This, for a cheap guitar, is set up pretty nice. So we're off to the races. Oh yeah, so here we're going to go with the black inlays. These will be nice. This will look pretty good on there, I think. We'll add just a little bit of magic to the motif. And we'll start down here on the 12th fret and work our way up and down. And we'll be done in no time. So we'll get started on this. Move this stuff out of the way. I'm going to go find my buddy Alice. There's Alice. Alice is a stiff pick that I use to smooth these things on. To give it a rub. To give it a rub like this. Boom, 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 boom. So it sticks to the top. It's very important that you're able to launch these things well. So we'll start here and cut it up for the 12th. And then see if we can get this to peel away nice. Whoops. Semi-nice. You want all the stickers to stick. They're not cooperating. So we'll see if we can get that one to stay. That one's not staying. Everybody's being a brute. So we'll put Alice back to work again. See if we can't get these stuck on here. And get it to lift off nice and simple. We need to peel away the paper from the background. That generally works better. This time it's coming around. Oh, what a pain. Okay, so we got everything stuck together. We're going to the 12th fret and bring back No Prisoners. How are we doing? I'm going to be right in the middle because this goes edge to edge. Not quite. That's better, I think. Yeah, okay. Let me peel this away. Where's Alice when you need her? There we go. Alright, now there's a bunch of little pieces in this design, so we want them all to stick. Good. Alright, so that's that. Oh, where the heck does the rest of this go? That's the next piece. Here, this way. Okay, so this is going to lay in this way, and that's going to catch on there. So let's see if we can get these two tails to release. They're not. They're still not. Still not. How to get this done? Transfer to the transfer paper so I can transfer it. That's not coming up either. This is being very difficult. There's one. That's not happening. The reason it's important to keep it on the sticky thing is that the alignment then is good. Because it's all about aligning it. There. Wow, that was a brute. Alright, so now we're going to take this and line it up with that piece. And be right under the fret and be right over that fret. How's that look? That's where it's going to go. Okay, so now we've got to do this piece. It's going to go here. And we'll be back. I'll finish this up. We're down to the very end of the fretboard here. We've got one last decal to place. Just to finish off that second to last fret spot. So we'll do this. Just catch the bottom of that. Maybe we'll go the other way. Get the angle right. No, the angle goes the other way. Sorry. The angle stinks either way. But, be that as it may, just looking to be done. If this gets ugly, I'm going to throw it off. And not even do a bottom one. Alright, let's see if we can get this down. Flat and peel it around. Here it comes. Here we go. Now we're down. Alright, there's the last one. That's the end of that. Alright, that looks pretty good, I think. I got one leftover piece here. I may put on this side just as a kind of a flourish. Where shall we flourish? I think we'll lay it right there. Oh, I could have done it up on the headstock, actually. Probably could have got away with it up there, too. As a headstock design. But it's too late now, it's down. What's done is done. We ain't going back. That's the whole fretboard. I think it looks pretty good. We'll keep it. Not bad, huh? I think this is coming out pretty good. All right, so the strings are through. Come in from the back. And these are Black Beauties. DR Black Beauties 10 to 48. They're a little bit heavier than what I usually run, but I like the idea of the heavier for this guitar. I don't know why. Maybe it's the evil intent of what this guitar represents. Which is what? I don't know. But I like the Black Beauties, and it kind of goes with the theme of this black Lee Jamyz low-cost guitar. It's actually turned out to be pretty good. There's a few things they skimped on to keep the price down. The way there's no pickguard or anything on this guitar. The pickups are just kind of floating in the front of the body, so that saves them a little bit of dough, I guess. $1.50. All right, let's pull this down tighter. Take a quick look at the string and see how it positions. The height looks pretty good. It's going where it's supposed to go. We'll take the next one, the 5th string, and run it up. The Black Beauties were the right choice for this guitar. It really lends itself well. So I'll finish stringing and we'll be back in a minute. Okay, so we got it tuned up to pitch. We got all the strings on. We got the pickup heights adjusted. We changed the knobs on the volume controls and on the straps. So it's done over. There's no pickguard. We're going to put black screws in the pickguard, but these things, the pickups screw right into the body. So that's one cheap way they did of getting around stuff. So we're going to take it over now and see if it'll play. Because what's the purpose of doing all this? Oh, we put new string ties on too. They're black. To play the guitar. So let's go play the guitar. All right, so here we are with the Les Jamyz economical guitar from Amazon. Let's just double check tuning. These are a little low. These are brand new strings. We got the Black Beauties on. 10 to something, I forget. Might be, I didn't check the first nut. The first fret action probably go down a little. But other than that, everything is pretty good. Even with the cheap setups, it ain't bad. Are a little bright when you turn them loose, but for the money you spent, I love the cute design with the ribs and the partial skull and stuff. It's cute. So that's it. That's the play-in. Set up fairly well. Not bad. It's a cute little guitar to have on the stand. Nice. Thanks.